Hey guys, Jason here. I was feeling nostalgic the other day and decided to visit the Duel Masters Wizards of the Coast website. Now, as you can see here, it has been taken down, unfortunately. Not really a big surprise since the game, well, ceased to be a thing in the West many years ago. So yeah, the Wizards of the Coast understandably took the website down. If I click one of the links in the side, it just takes me to their corporate website. Now, fortunately, I did remember that there was a tool called the Wayback Machine, which is an internet archiving tool. It basically saves snapshots of websites at given points in time, which I think is super cool, and I admire the work that these guys do. And now I use this information to ascertain that the Duel Masters website got taken down sometime between 2010 and 2011, so basically there's no point in checking any of the snapshots from 2011 onwards. It is a little bit of trial and error in the sense that when you click a link and you go to the homepage of the Duel Masters website, sometimes they will have lots of working hyperlinks and sometimes they won't, so that's just something that you have to be aware of. Anyway, I found a pretty good one. I found a page with a lot of working hyperlinks, and that's dated in December 3, 2006. And I thought it would be fun to take a trip down memory lane. Unfortunately, I wasn't a player yet when Duel Masters was receiving support from Wizards. I just got into the game a little bit too late. But even though that was the case, I still found it a lot of fun to just visit the website and mess around back in 2008 and 9. So let's get into the Continental Championship winning deck lists. A lot of the information in this article is actually not too hard to come across. The top 3 deck lists are pretty easy to find online if you do a little bit of digging. So as you can see here, first place is Ben P's Bombazar Blue deck. I think this deck set the foundation for how Bombazar Blue was supposed to be constructed. Now don't get me wrong, maybe it's not the best way to play it, but it set a pretty good foundation for how people eventually played the deck. Second place was Matt Doutrich, so if you guys watched my historical deck profile series, you'll remember that I covered this deck. Pretty interesting rub control, has Decloaz and Tanzanite. Maybe it's not the most optimal thing, but it's got a lot of cool cards. Third place was another Bombazar deck. Fourth place was a pretty interesting deck. You got a lot of funky creatures like Cryptic and Gatling and one Bombazar, but 2 Baz. Yeah, I'm sure this deck was far from optimal. I mean, he's only running 3 Soul Swap. Why would you not run 4? Next one. Yeah, so some more Bombazar. I'm sure you guys get the gist of how Duel Masters was at this time. Oh, Bombazar ruined the game. Hashtag ban Bombazar. Okay, maybe not hashtag. I don't think there were hashtags back then. So I'm just scrolling to give you guys a chance to look through the deck lists. Dragon Devil, this is pretty interesting. You've got Gajira Butte and Core Crash Lizard, which I think have a lot of potential. I would love to build decks around these guys at some point, but maybe not based on this guy's 60 card list. It's a little too thick for my liking. Last one, Barkwhip ain't got no mojo. He says Barkwhip has no mojo, but he's playing 3 Barkwhips, so clearly Barkwhip does have some mojo. Now, he's combining Barkwhip with Petrova and Palo Elisis. That's pretty interesting. It's quite reminiscent of some Duel Masters plays decks which combine Barkwhip with Petrova. So yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. Okay, moving on. The rules and strategy section is pretty fun. It's got a lot of articles in it. It's kind of weird though. If you were to click one of the links in the gray box here, like I'm doing, you'll find that it doesn't really work. Whereas if you were to click the link in the sidebar, it's both card strategy, you'll find that it populates. So as you can see here, a lot of articles, a lot of hyperlinks. Whereas if you go in here, which is when we clicked in the gray box, there's nothing to be found. So that's, yeah. Anyway, so a lot of card articles here. These look like card of the day style articles where people review cards and just talk about them, perhaps how to maximize on their potential, how to play them maybe. A lot of cool cards in here for sure. So let's see, Obsidian Scarab. This is a pretty cool card in my opinion. I would love to make an Obsidian Scarab deck. Sometimes the set's high utility cards eclipse its interesting yet less tournament-worthy offerings. Truly Fan cards can be left collecting dust because they're difficult to play or are simply less desirable than higher utility options. Hashtag Alcoholics Master Race. It makes perfect sense we gravitate towards cards that enhance our current decks and that are strong options given the current environment. Survivors of the Megapocalypse introduced an awesome Twin Cannon Sky Terror, which had an immediate impact on the metagame. But the set also gave duelists the really intriguing Obsidian Scarab. Despite being overshadowed by speedier choices, Obsidian Scarab is a great creature to build casual decks around and can be a viable option for aggressive decks. Okay, so they're calling Obsidian Scarab a casual card. Maybe I shouldn't bother with an Obsidian Scarab deck. But yeah, these articles are pretty fun to read. Whether you're trying to get some insight on how to build around a certain card or whether you're just reading for fun, because your knowledge of the game today presumably is greater than the knowledge of the game of the people at the time. It's just a lot of fun, in my opinion, if you enjoy Duel Masters. So definitely check this out if you have time to kill and you just want a good time. Deck strategy is the next thing we're going to take a look at. Let's see. Here in Deck Strategy, we've got some articles with real cool names. Maximum Overdrive, Compost of Doom, Crimson Tide, GenCon 2005, so some of the historical deck profile decks I covered were from this tournament. So it's pretty cool that this is serving as sort of an archive for previous winning decks. German Championship deck, pretty cool. I think it was Rub. Angel Command deck, ooh, okay, maybe this guy can help me build Alcadius. I've been struggling with that a little bit. If there's any single race of creatures more affiliated with the concept of big, overpriced, mostly unusable guys, it's definitely been the Angel Command. While virtually all of the Angel Command creatures before the release of Shadow Clash of Blinding Night saw a bit of play splashed into light decks, none really made a massive impact. With costs starting at 6 mana, they were an expensive race to play that served merely to flavor decks already using light as a major focus. Alright, so Jason Graham Mayer is onto it. Angel Commands, not very good. Okay. Card pool is pretty small here. I don't think I'm going to steal this list, but I like what he's done. To be honest, I feel like these articles were catered towards students. I say students even though he has a lot of really rare cards here, just because these basic strategies would probably do real well when you're not in an actual competitive environment. But yeah, there you go. That's what Deck Strategy has for you. Pretty cool stuff. Official Rulings is interesting. We'll take a look at that. So you've got some rulebook FAQs. Ooh, so you've got a lot of FAQs concerning the actual sets. I wonder if any of these work. Epic Dragons of Hyper Chaos. Oh, they do. Okay, that's a surprise. So okay, sounds like there's actual rulings in here by Wizards of the Coast. So if you ever get into a dispute with your friends over Sasha Channeler of Suns, you know where to go. Consult the Wayback Machine. Last thing I'm going to take a look at today is the card database. I wonder if we can get better scans on this in comparison to the actual wiki. So let's take a look at soulswap, because I know the scan on the wiki isn't fantastic. Okay, so it looks like it doesn't work. Maybe we try filtering another way. Shockwaves of the Shattered Rainbow. Filter by 3 cost. Okay, so that doesn't work, unfortunately. Anyway, it was worth a shot. The community tab contains the forums, but unfortunately they don't work. At least I haven't been able to successfully access any old threads. Maybe if you have a lot of time on your hands, you might be able to find something, but I didn't have any luck after a bit of trial and error. And that wraps up today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed taking a trip down memory lane with me, or if you for whatever reason missed out on Duel Masters glory days, I hope you at least got a kick out of the fun stuff we uncovered today. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, stay safe, and we'll see you guys next time.